Oh, sorry.
Everybody good? All right, let's go.
Random question to start. There was some back and forth last week between James Franklin and Pat Narduzzi about the fact that Pittsburgh's defensive line uses hand motions and swinging arms to communicate. Has that been an issue? Do you talk to your players about that so there's no confusion up front for your offensive line?
Well, we don't have a clap cadence on offense, so it shouldn't affect us at all. You know, the defense has a right to signal and use a cadence just like the offense has. We got called on it last week for using our cadence. You know, they have a right to use a cadence. So I understand that.
Is Hatton back yet?
I don't know. Was he out there? No, he wasn't out there.
Okay. And with Dewan, he was at practice this week, or going through practice. How much was he able to do? Like, how close is he?
He was able to do everything. I mean, he was able to do everything that we've done. So, I mean, he's making a lot of progress and doing well.
If you have Nas and him out there, how much of a benefit would that be?
Well, that means you have two starters back, so that helps us, you know. I mean, because we're going to need every man that we have, actually. It's going to because of the style of their offense and what they do, we're going to need everybody to be in their, we're going to need every guy that we have. We'll need every one of them.
How much of a concern is their size up front? They have 5 300-pound guys on the line.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got big offensive linemen. I mean, nowadays, that is what it is. But, I mean, it's all about leverage anyway. The game's about leverage. So if you're a guy that's not 300 pounds, you got to be lower than the other guy. So, you know, size is always an issue. Everybody wants their guys to be bigger, faster, stronger than the other team.
The issue that the defense kind of created for themselves in the first quarter the other day, is that a lot less likely to happen if you got Nas on the field and you got Dewan on the field?
I mean, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to put it on those two guys. Those two guys don't control the energy level of the other guys on the field. I mean, that's just an internal thing. You know,
more leadership though. If they sense it, maybe they have the ability to stop it before it gets out of control like
they could. Yeah, you hope that your leaders do that. Yes.
When you watch Connor on film these first 3 games, is he the same guy he was before?
Yeah, he's the same guy he was before. That's what I mean. It's great to see for that young man and what he's overcome and what he's done, and to be back to where he was. I think it's a great story. It really is.
You had mentioned lack of physicality on defense. Coach Chiswick used the word soft yesterday. How did you guys go about addressing that specific element of your defense?
Well, I mean, we practiced. I mean, I would tell you that we practice physical, you know, in everything that we do, but we did the same thing last week. So it's not like we've changed what we've done. I mean, we feel good about the way we practice and what we practice, and we just didn't get it in the game. You know, we didn't see that. And again, I think the majority of that was mental. You know, I think it was all about an energy level.
So what would give you, I guess, confidence that maybe that won't happen again this week? Something you've seen this week or anything encouraging?
I mean, we've had a really good week of practice, so that's the only thing I can go on. I mean, I don't expect us to have a great week. We're gonna play the way we practice. I think I believe that, and we've had a good week of preparation, and so I expect our guys to go out there and play well.
They've had a lot of success with the jet sweep the last 2 weeks. Yeah. Did they run that at all last year? Or is that something new that they're doing now?
They did just a little bit, but you know, Canada did quite a bit when he was at the other school. So I mean, we're familiar with what he did over there, and so he's now he's kind of taking it to another level over there at Pitt.
What kind of stress does that put on you guys, especially linebackers?
It widens the defense, you know, and so it creates gaps for Connor. You know, when you start spreading everybody out to try to, I mean, it's kind of a within their offense, it's kind of a spread philosophy. You spread the defense out so you can create seams, vertical seams of the defense, and they're doing it by jet sweeps.
You talked about the opener in the sense of doesn't directly affect your goals, whereas an ACC opener does.
Sure, it does.
You know, how much does that help guys dial in? You think, and whether how
well they better be dialed in every day. I mean, it doesn't matter. You know, I mean, we try to coach them exactly the same. I mean, but they understand what their goals are, and they understand the importance of a conference game, especially a divisional opponent. You know, they understand that, and so, you know, I didn't expect anything extra from them in practice. I expect that all the time. So hopefully, you know, we're getting that, and we'll get that tomorrow and Friday in our walkthroughs, and then we'll be prepared.
With Mitch setting the record for consecutive attempts without an interception, I mean, how impressive is that? And what goes into that besides?
Well, I don't
the
like to
obvious?
talk about it, actually. I'd rather y'all not say anything about it.
He said the same thing.
Yeah, so let's don't talk about it. We'll see what happens.
Are you superstitious? I guess
No,
you
I'm
are.
not superstitious. I'm not. I'm not. I just don't want to talk about things that you don't need to talk about.
Very good.
He's doing a great job. You know, he's taking care of the football, and that's the number one thing we stress on offense. And he has done a really good job of taking care of the football. I can only think of a couple of balls that he's thrown that he's put in a position where it could go the other way, and I think he's done a really good job of that.
Do you feel like your defensive line's at full force compared to, or at the healthiest it's been since the beginning of the season?
I don't know that. It is what we have. I mean, so it doesn't matter whatever we got, it's full force. I mean, so whatever it is, we got to play with it, and we got to get the job done. There are no excuses. You got to get the job done.
Belts. All right.
Thanks, guys.